1 o'clock we have a session for.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay.
Warmly welcome to all of you with another training topic, working at height. And working at height is becoming a more sensitive topic still globally because slip, slips and fall is the major reason of fatalities, globally. And even in Saudi Aramco, this working at height is a very serious subject, they are focusing, especially for the scaffolders, the making sure the right person for the right job as a scaffolding inspector, scaffolder, scaffolding supervisor, uh, people working with man lift or using ladders, they are very much concerned about it. And for that reason, we truly have to understand, what type of hazards could be on our way and how we're going to control them before even we start any sort of working at a height activity. Now, what is the issue behind is every process or activity in the world have three different domains. Okay, three different domains. That means before, during, and after. Before starting working at height, what type of safety regulations we need to follow? What type of equipment we need to have proactively before even we start? So our input to start that particular process to work in. So we can say it's kind of a proactive planning as well. Like if I have a working at height project, then what type of scaffolding I need to use, how many people I need, and how much they have to be certified, and for which standards. And then during the process, what things matters a lot, how they're gonna make sure no unsafe act or no violation of safety regulations during the process. And then once the job is done, how we have to clean up the area and close it. So before, during, and after, these are the three important domains of every process in the world or every activity we perform. So in that context, as per Saudi Aramco, what they have guided us, there are elevated work platforms for sure, and the biggest hazard is the unauthorized use. Like if you are a crane operator and you don't have a valid ID or you're not certified, even you are experienced, still the system will not allow you to operate that elevator work platforms. Either it's a man lift or you are going to work, via crane and all that, but make sure that unauthorized use must be controlled and it shouldn't be allowed. Like if somebody is not trained, certified, or not having a valid ID, we must not allow them to operate any sort of heavy equipment, not only the man lift, even any other. So, but these are the hazards still the market is facing: unauthorized use, uncertified operators, tipping over because of so many different reasons. Structural collapse could happen. Mechanical failure because it's a machine, so machine could have malfunctions or some maintenance issues, so mechanical failures is quite possible. Falls from height, even sometime full body harness is there, but might be the anchor point was not very much supportive. It should be like minimum 5,000 pounds, the capacity of that anchor point where you are hooking your lanyard. Even though you have a full body harness, you know how to wear it, how to use it, but the anchor point that is not well supportive. The lifting capacity of the anchor point is not good enough. So in that context, again, the fall would be possible, God forbid. So falls from height is another hazard. Now, the key part is once we understood there are hazards, then the important element, how are we going to control them? So at the first hand, you can take a step. We will not allow any uncertified operators to operate our heavy equipments, not only the man lift, any working platform, even any heavy equipment, including forklift, cranes, excavators and different kind of equipments we have. But make sure everyone, whoever is using, is well certified. And make sure you have an inspection checklist and motivation to your operators to have proactively the inspection before they use it actually every day before use. Use only on even surfaces. The surface must be leveled even, not like up and down. And sometime if the surface is not leveled, more chances of toppling over or tipping over. Occupant must remain inside at all times. Harness is worn and attached to the anchor point, but bear in mind this anchor point, the lifting capacity should be minimum 5,000 pounds. Okay. Now we also use ladder. Now see the picture, and I'm sure you will say everything is wrong here, everything is unsafe, because the footing is not secured, even the wrong use, the wrong type of ladder is being used. The height of the ladder is not good enough. Several hazards, so more chances of falling down. And ladder, of course, in poor condition, falls from height. Incorrect what? Size, type, use, incorrect size, even the type, because this is not the type to use in such work, and use as well. So what are the controls? Now look at a good example. The footing is secured. You are using buddy system. You are not working alone. You have somebody else also. Your PPs are good enough. And even from the top roof, at least 1 meter or 3 feet, extra ladder is there. That's required. Even you are using 3 point of contact. While climbing on the ladder, your focus should be the ladder step. That means not left and right. Make sure your shoes are not not slippery one. Make sure they are anti-slippery, And make sure the ladder, no step is broken, no damage, no rust another way around. No step is broken or missed. No oil spillage on any step. And footing is well secured. The angle must be 75 degree. The ladder's angle. Like if the angle is 80 degree or 90 degree, then it will be more hard to climb up, right? There are some ladders with 90 degree also, but 75 degree is recommended, especially with the wall, with such kind of a roof. So what are the best controls? Inspect before use. Secure the top. That is why we have 1 meter or 3 feet from the roof edge up to this one. And we don't use that area for climbing, We don't use that area. It's just to give us a secure top actually. Provide stable and secure footing. Already is well done. Slope ratio 4 to 1, 4 to 1, 4 to 1. That means 75 degree angle. Face ladder while climbing. That's what I discussed with you. And 3 point of contact, like 2 hands and 1 foot or 2 foot, 2 feet, 1 hand. So 3 point of contact every time. But make sure never work off the top step of the step ladders. No, this is the very critical subject, especially in Saudi Aramco, the scaffolding. And only 2 major hazards are there: falling and collapse. Fall and collapse. Falling means can be objects, can be equipment, can be people as well. So they should not fall. That is the challenge, because these are the hazards. And then scaffolding collapse, overall collapse, maybe because of high wind speed, maybe because of poor material, maybe the erection was not done as per the predefined standards, And sometimes the scaffolding is not 90 degree or the alignment is not good, or maybe erected by untrained people. So there are several reasons of collapse. Maybe the heavy load was taken at the working platform. it was designed for 500 kg and you are putting 1000 kg weight. So more chances of collapse. And sometimes the ground is not leveled, several reasons. Let's talk about what is the control. Look at this gentleman because the picture is more louder than words. So what is important? Make sure safe means of entry and exit. Safe means of entry and exit. That should be our first objective, especially at the gates, drop bars. So you can easily go to the working platform and also come down quite easily. And of course, you required a full fall protection, with safety lines, harnesses, as well as nets. And tools and equipment must be secured. That is why we use this toe board, and minimum height of the toe board should be 4 inches. A regular inspection is mandatory. But as per Saudi Aramco, after every 2 weeks, the full inspection must be done. Whenever the condition change, inspection must be done. Before every use or each use of time, make sure you have better inspections. It's an ongoing process. It's not like only the responsibility of scaffolding inspector. Okay, primarily he is responsible, but on the other side, anyone can highlight what can go wrong. If anything is unsafe, all employees must be fully empowered to stop and guide, inform to the immediate supervisor that there is something wrong. Maybe the toe board is missing, maybe the scaffolding balance is not good enough, it's not 90-degree, maybe the gaps between the planks is too high, it shouldn't be more than 1 inch as per Saudi Aramco standards. So if anything is unsafe or looks unsafe, that stop authority empowerment must be used by all the employees, whoever is observing that one. Use of scuff tag. We use different tags like red, yellow, and green. We'll discuss in detail about the tags, but make sure there is a valid inspection date and 2 weeks maximum between inspections. Now, if somebody want to be a scaffolding supervisor or inspector, as per Saudi Aramco, he must understand the GI 8.001 safety requirements for scaffold. Even scaffolding basic checks, no harm to train our employees. Whoever is going up, he could also verify that the scaffolding material is in good condition, no damage, no rust, no de-shaping, in other words. And scaffolding, make sure it looks straight. Straight means all 4 sides, except the ladder, because ladder required an angle, not leaning, no evidence of collision damage. That means there shouldn't be any sort of damage. No gaps in the, this is ideal, like no gaps in the planks. And if that gap is unavoidable, these are the planks. If you believe the gap in the planks is unavoidable, then it shouldn't be more than 1 inch as per Saudi Aramco requirement. Toe boards fitted, all 4 sides of the work platform, there must be a toe board so nothing will fall down. But minimum height of the toe board should be 4 inches, again as per Saudi Aramco requirement. So you must not store the materials and the tools at the edge of the platform or the open edges. For the ladder, make sure it's in good condition, no damage or missing parts. Correct length, because you need at least 1 meter from the edge of the working platform. And yes, we need safe means for getting on off the ladder, especially at the gate, drop bar, and post standards on level surface of sill board. So this is sill board. These are the base plates, the small one. It should be like 6 by 6 inches. And this is sill board or sole board. These are the posts or the standard. Okay, these are the planks. Here we have toe board. This is called drop bar. We use different tags. If you see the red tag, that shows do not use scaffold. Might be not inspected yet, might be it was inspected but inspection has failed, might be because of environmental conditions it became unsafe. That is why you put the red tag that nobody should use it. But wherever you see the red tag means do not use scaffold. And if you see a yellow tag, that means the scaffolding is usable, but make sure you have full body harness. It's required full body harness. And green tag, scaffolding complete and no harness required. But still, as a trainer, we always recommend, even it is erected as per the standards and everything is okay, but still no harm to use full body harness, because if it is erected fully safely, still is not a guarantee that you will not fall down, God forbid. So in that context, no harm to use full body harness. Now there must be a tag and hold number match. Do not use scaffolding. So quite visible, everybody can see, And if though these tags are missing and somebody is using, he would be in trouble for sure. Tag has not been reused, fixed through the structural part, and signed by scaffolding supervisor above 1.8 meter or scaffolding inspector above 6 meters. So supervisor is responsible to inspect this scaffolding from 1.8 meter to 6. That means up to 6 meter, supervisor is responsible to inspect, but above than 6 meter, of course, inspector. But mostly, inspector, I personally noted, is doing even, so supervisor is mostly signing actually, but inspector is doing detailed job, An inspection valid for 2 weeks. If you are not inspecting, after 2 weeks, this became kind of a violation of Aramco standards. This video will highlight why it is important to understand the safety rules and regulations of scaffolding or working at height. Okay, so this video is not working, but I'll open in another media just. Now, fall protection, we have hazards like, see, the full body harness is there and the lifeline or the structural part just to use, this anchor, kind of an anchor point also. So the capacity should be minimum 5,000 pounds, the weighing capacity. And sometime your employees might be, they're not familiar how to wear full body harness. Even failure to secure to a fixed point, poor quality equipment, or damaged harness or line. So this, what controls we require? Look at this one. This is the lanyard, okay, and along with that full body harness, and this is kind of anchor point. Make sure it has capacity of 5,000 pounds and user trained in wearing and fitting. And the key part is inspect before each use. Protect from sharp edges. Remove damaged equipment. Waist belts are prohibited. And this is called shock observing lanyard. Shock observing lanyard, secure at least 18 feet above surface. So even if a person is fall down, it is not going to hit directly to the surface, because this shock absorber will definitely reduce the speed, and also it is going to stretch up, and the height of the gentleman is all calculated. So minimum 18 feet above surface, the securing point must be there. so that the gentleman is not going to hit directly to the ground. It will be hanged up, and then later the rescue team can help to secure him. Wearing the correct fall protection equipment might save your life. It's not a formality. Sometimes your employees might be, they will have a full body harness, but they're not attached to the anchor point because you have given them a warnings. If we will find you without full body harness, you will be fined. So just to show you, actually, they are wearing this full body harness, but this lanyard is not attached. So what is the purpose actually? If God forbid, if somebody is falling down, he would be still in danger, right? That is why we need to encourage them positively. We are not giving full body harness just to show to Saudi Aramco or just to show your safety leadership. We are giving you this full body harness for your safety. But even for convincing them that this is for your safety is not an easy job. It's required continual motivation to employees through toolbox meetings and plenty of other mechanisms. Okay, guys, that was all about working at height. Okay, what is more important is what type of we are using equipment like full body, this man lift, scaffolding, ladder, and of course full body harness. And all these things need to be fully inspected from third party. Material should be in good condition. People should be knowledgeable, certified. And you as a safety professional, if you are the responsible person for safety, then make sure you are having a clear understanding how to inspect, how to find out if any regulation is not being followed. So now you can have a lunch and prayer break, and please come back at 12:30. Is it okay? Hello?